internet. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome once again to another special episode of My Cool Friends. This is your first time here. First, let me just say hello. How are you? Hope you're having a stupendous day. Today, my friends, we have a lovely topic of discussion for you today. If you see like the horde of things behind me, I just finished unboxing a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I filmed it for my separate gaming YouTube channel. So that'll probably be something that you're seeing in the future. But today, my friends, we have a topic of discussion for you today. I came across an article today. Basically, this said like Warren Buffett's like 4 simple rules to happiness in your life, and I wanted to go over these and just have them as like my open thought discussion today. And it's like as I was reading this, it feels very much like a simplified version of something that we make very complex. And so bullet point number 1 is that you're aligned with doing the things that you care about. And so the overall arc of these 4 bullet points, these 4 rules, are that like the 4 rules to happiness. Number 1, you're aligned with doing the things that you care about. So a lot of times we find that we are doing things because we feel like we have to, we feel like we should, or we feel like it's an obligation to like our family or social group or whatever sort of group we have laid ourselves with. But I had one of my friends say to me one time, like I was playing Elden Ring with one of my friends, and I told them a story of like how like all these adventures that I've gone on, and like the synopsis that he walked away with was, good on you, because like so often and so rarely people just don't take agency in their own lives. And I thought like, wow, what a good way to put that. Like people often like just simply like, oh, go with the flow. Like, well, you can control the flow. You have a choice in the flow. There's risks in the flow, of course, but everything is always risky. Staying is risky. Moving is risky. Oftentimes, like pursuing things that you care about is rule number 1. Rule number 2 we have in Warren Buffett's 4 steps of happiness is that you feel like you belong. And this is, I feel like there's little that I could say on this, but I will go a little bit in depth into this for my own like perspectives that the flies are going around the studio again. It's getting hot here. Rule 2, you feel like you belong. It's that a lot of times like we'll find ourselves, you might find yourself in a clique and you might find yourself in like a group, but sometimes it's that this goes back to rule 1, that inner voice of like, oh, but where's my mission? Like, what do I truly want? That true agency within my life. And this can sometimes be like why we find ourselves like in a marriage in 40 years and like, what happened? What did you truly want? And then that comes back to, I use marriage as an example, but this is a lot of times like I feel like what he's talking about in rule 2 of you feeling like you belong is a lot of times much smaller in terms of friend groups, in terms of how you're spending your time on a daily basis. Like, oh, are you scrolling through Reddit? Then those people who you're associating with on Reddit are then your friends. And then you have to ask yourself, like, is this part of your like true voice, or do you want to do something completely different? Case in point, I felt like there's a mess behind me right now because I felt like doing a Yu-Gi-Oh video, and so I did. There was no other friction other than like, I think we're gonna do this, so therefore I did. And that's the simplest way I can like express that. Is like, if you like go doing something, go do it. There's no one stopping you but you. And I didn't mean to segue this so well, but it just goes into it very well. Like rule number 3, you do the things that you're actually good at. he phrases this in, again, he phrased this down in a simplified way, but like, oh, stick with the things that I'm good at. But why are we good at those things? Why are certain things we're good at and certain things are bad? Because we spend more time on those tasks. And I feel like this comes down to, like, you could, in theory, like I could in theory become like the greatest like chess champion. I could become a chess grandmaster. Do I want to do that? No. No, I do not. And the reason why I don't want to do that is because I don't find that enjoyable. I do not find that's like a worthy spending of my time. And at a certain point, it would become like a job that I do not get paid for. But if you enjoy like the game of chess, you could do that. And you could like make a whole, like, I enjoy talking with people. I enjoy socializing. That's why I do this. But you could, if you wanted to, for like spend the hours to become like a grand chess champion, and then like record your journey, and then like have sponsorships for you making it to like becoming a grandmaster. There are ways to go about doing this. Like there's absolutely like easy paths to making it, and like there's absolutely, like, if it's within your like realm of expertise and if it's something that you are truly good at, then it is a lot of times easier to stay the course with the things that you are already good at and the things that already resonate with you than trying to learn a whole new set of skills. So that's what I feel like he's talking about with rule number 3. Rule 4 we have, again, to refresh back, these 4 rules are all about finding true happiness. And rule 4 he puts down as you become more optimistic. This simply is more like, when you put the first 3 rules into practice, then you will become more optimistic in the sense that, no matter what road you travel down, you will always have the hard days, but it's not like, but how do you approach those days is the true question. Like, how do you approach challenge? Do you approach it with an inevitable, like, oh man, like this is unbeatable, this is insurmountable, this is a mountain? Or do you approach it with, all right, we have a problem, where's the solution? Where is the solution? How can we find the solution? What person can we ask for the solution? And that is very, very that's you're approaching this, like, these 2 options, these 2 roads that I've presented are the exact same thing. There's still bugs flying around the hair. These 2 options I presented are the exact same thing, but it's all about perspective. Some people say like glass half full, glass half empty, but it's not so much about a person's, like, is a person glass half full or glass half empty. A lot of times it can be the situation that you put yourself in. Is this like a career path? Is this a friend circle? Or is this what have you that you become more glass half full with? Or is this like a job or a circle of friends that you become like just attuned to expecting the worst, or it's a more negative environment, then that will breed more negative thinking. This was an article that was written today that I came across on Warren Buffett's 4 rules of happiness, and I wanted to share those with you guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below on what you thought about this, and as always, my friends, I hope that you have a safe and a happy weekend. And as always, my friends, Pikachu wishes the same for you as well. Take care, my friends, and I send you the biggest of hugs.